When I was a young kid growing up in Bankstown, I got myself in a lot of trouble. Hung out with the wrong crew, always used to get into fights. And looking back, I think, Muay Thai saved my life. It kept me alive, it kept me out of jail, and it kept me on the straight path, honest, hard-working man. Most of my friends now are either jail or dead due to gang violence and all the rest. So I think Muay Thai taught me discipline, taught me respect for others, and it taught me that hard work could get you somewhere one day. And coming into Muay Thai when I was 10 years old, my parents put me in just to, burn a bit of energy and, just distract me from being on the streets and hanging out with the wrong people. And I fell in love with it. Starting 1 time a week, I started training 2 times a week and 3 times a week. And, stopped hanging out with the wrong people. My trainer used to be a very, very hard man. Like, he used to always, on my back, what did you do today? Did you get in trouble at school today? Did you do your homework today? And I think just him pushing me all the time. And if I didn't do my homework or if I didn't get good grades, I wouldn't be able to train. So I found my passion, and they always threatened they're going to take my passion away from me if I didn't do good at school and if I got in trouble. And then at the age of 14, which wasn't legal, you're not allowed to fight at the age of 14, I started fighting. I had 10 amateur fights, and then I turned pro at 15. 8 fights in 1 year when I was 15. No, less than 1 year, 9 months. And then I fought for the New South Wales 58.9 kilogram, which was lightweight title. I was the youngest ever champion to come out of Australia as a pro to win a title. After that, I got an opportunity to go and fight in K1 in Japan. K1's a little bit more kickboxing, boxing, fast-paced. So I said, no, I don't really want to do it because, I love Muay Thai, I love using the elbows, the clinch. But then the payday, they said, you can make 60K USD if you win. I go, how much? 60K USD. So I said, all right, fly me to Japan. Unfortunately, I didn't win. So I had 3 fights in one night. The second fight, the jab really hurt my leg, corked my leg. And then once I cooled down in the back, all the pain started coming out. The doctor said to me, I was limping, couldn't even walk. And the doctor said to me, he goes, mate, you shouldn't be fighting. He goes, you can get a blood clot in your leg. I go, there's no way. I go, fighting for 60K USD. I go, I'm doing 3 more rounds. In Japan, I was a superstar. Like, I was over the whole news, billboards, limousines, 5-star restaurants. The Japs really, really, really loved me. They offered me a contract to stay in Japan and keep fighting K1, but stupidly didn't take that contract. I had a sponsorship to go to Thailand and live in Thailand for a little bit. So I said, nah, I'm not staying in Japan. I'm going to pursue the Muay Thai, not the K1. Stupid decision. Might have become a millionaire now. Didn't happen. I left Japan and I went straight to Thailand from there. Had some really tough fights, lost a few, won a few. Started making a name for myself, and I was still young, still 16. By the time I moved to Bangkok, I would have been 16. I was missing home, missing my parents, and started running out of money because not much money in Thailand fighting. But the lifestyle was just completely different. So the way it was there, you'd wake up in the morning, you train for 3 hours, you eat, you sleep, you train again. You weren't allowed to go out of the gym. You weren't allowed to go and party. You weren't allowed to go and sightsee. You had to live in the gym. If you wanted to be a fighter with the Thais, you had to live on the floor with them, like sleep literally on a mat this big. Sometimes, the worst was when the little kids used to cry. They missed their parents. You had kids that are at the age of 6, 7. Their parents have given them to the gym because they're really poor. They couldn't afford to look after them. So they thought the only way the kids can provide for their family when they grow up is start off training early, and by the age of 7 they've had 20, 30 fights. By the age of 10, they're almost on the way to become a champion. So that was really, really eye-opening for me, where I said, shit, we had it so lucky here. And then you go to Thailand, you see the way the Thais eat, the way that they train, the living conditions, and it makes you appreciate Australia a little bit more and the lifestyle here. After 6, 7 months, I think it was, I spent there, I got homesick and came back home. And then once it hit to 17, 18, I started, going out, and everything went downhill. I started finding out what women were, parties were and all the rest. And then I stopped training. I gave up Muay Thai for like 2 years, didn't step into a gym at all. And then at 19, I don't know what possessed me to come back. Didn't step into a gym one day for 2 years. Didn't want to know nothing about the sport. I came back and I fought again. I lost, so I fought a weight I shouldn't have never fought at, like 88 kilos on it. Like I used to fight at 66, fighting at 88, it's a massive difference. Just couldn't get fit enough, quick enough. So I lost that fight, got actually stopped in the first round. And I said to myself, what am I doing? Like I can't do this. I gotta either take it train properly or retire and never look at the gym again. And then I opened my own gym and found passion for it again. So I said, I'm gonna give it one more crack, come back and train properly and, try go for the world title. And then I started winning fights again. I got a chance to fight for the world title and I said that would be my last fight. I've got a lot of injuries. I get bad headaches after sparring. I've got broken bones everywhere in my hands. I've got broken bones in my shins. My nose has been broken like 10 times. Ribs broken. Like it's not easy sport to compete in for that long. And I said, whatever happens to that world title, win, lose or draw, it will be my last fight. So I confirmed that when I was sitting in the change room, about to come out to fight. Maybe 20 minutes before I came out to fight, my mum looked at me and she goes, what's wrong? She goes, you don't look like you're happy. And I said to my mum, I go, Mum, I think this is going to be my last fight. And she goes, what do you mean? I said, I've lost the passion for it. I don't want to be here then. And that was the biggest fight of my career. And I didn't even want to come out and fight. But, I promised her, I'll come out, do what I got to do. And I did. I came out, I fought well. I left everything in the ring. But I knew before I even came out, that was my last fight. I said, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't have the passion for it. This will be my last fight. Never fight again. And saying that, 2 years now, never fought again. We've got a few fighters out of this gym that we're training now, and hopefully they'll follow that footstep and maybe get bigger than what I ever did, and bigger than some of the people I trained. So that's my story of my life to be continued.